There were things that I was successful at, but long-term relationships were not one of them. And I felt that it was really not my destiny to have a long-term.
Victoria Principal, the name that became synonymous with beauty, talent, and grace, has always captured the imagination of fans around the world. At 75, she finally decided to open up about one of the most difficult and personal chapters of her life, her marriage and why it ultimately ended. Born on January 3rd, 1950, in Fukuoka, Japan, Victoria's life began far from the glamour of Hollywood. Her father, a U.S. Air Force sergeant, moved the family constantly, and her early years were spent traveling from one country to another. London, Puerto Rico, Massachusetts, Florida, and Georgia became the backdrop to a childhood filled with both adventure and instability. Attending 17 schools by the time she reached her teenage years, she learned early how to adapt, survive, and thrive in new environments. It was during these years that she developed a fascination with performance, enrolling in the prestigious Royal Ballet School in England. Her childhood, though far from easy, laid the foundation for the resilience and discipline that would later define her career. Even as a child, she was no stranger to the spotlight, appearing in television commercials by the age of 5. While she initially dreamed of becoming a doctor and enrolled in Miami-Dade Community College to pursue medicine, fate had other plans. A life-changing car accident nearly ended her young life, forcing her to confront the fragility of existence. During her long and painful recovery, both physically and emotionally, she realized that life was too short to ignore her passions. Abandoning her dreams of medicine, she chose to pursue acting, a decision that would eventually catapult her to international fame. She moved first to New York and then London, studying drama and refining her craft before finally arriving in Los Angeles in 1971. Her early career was marked by both bold risks and challenging setbacks, including a daring nude photo shoot for Playboy to promote the 1973 comedy The Naked Ape, which, despite the film's failure at the box office, demonstrated her fearlessness and commitment to her career. These early experiences shaped Victoria's understanding of fame, resilience, and personal integrity, lessons that would carry her through decades of success and heartbreak. Victoria's big break came in 1972 when legendary director John Huston cast her as Maria Elena in The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, starring opposite Paul Newman. This role earned her a Golden Globe nomination for Most Promising Newcomer and signaled her arrival in Hollywood. From there, her career trajectory continued upward, eventually leading her to the role that would define her legacy, Pamela Barnes Ewing in the television phenomenon Dallas. While her on-screen life seemed glamorous and enviable, Victoria's personal life was far more complicated. The fame that brought her opportunities also brought immense pressure, long work weeks, and scrutiny that few outsiders could imagine. She learned early on that managing her career meant making difficult choices. Unlike many stars of her era, Victoria insisted on retaining control over her contracts and creative decisions, including the bold removal of clauses that would have allowed networks to profit from her outside projects. This determination allowed her to act in films, commercials, and write books, all while balancing her career on one of television's most demanding shows. Her portrayal of Pam resonated with audiences worldwide, creating an emotional anchor amid the dramatic storylines of Dallas. Landmark moments such as Who Shot JR? Cliffhanger drew over 80 million viewers, cementing her status as a cultural icon. Yet, behind the fame and accolades, Victoria experienced profound challenges in her personal life. Her relationships, though publicly fascinating, were often private and fraught with difficulty. From early romances to marriages, Victoria's love life mirrored the complexities of her on-screen characters. Filled with joy, heartbreak, and personal growth, Victoria's first significant love came in 1978, when she married actor Christopher Skinner. Their connection was instant, electric, and hopeful. Yet as Dallas became a global phenomenon, the demands of her career consumed her time and energy, leaving little room for the quiet domestic life Christopher envisioned. Over time, distance, differing expectations, and rumors of infidelity eroded their bond, culminating in divorce by 1981. The split was painful but marked an important lesson for Victoria, that love, fame, and personal ambitions often compete in ways that are difficult to balance. Following this heartbreak, she met Andy Gibb, the youngest member of the Bee Gees, in 1981. Their relationship was tender, genuine, and quietly romantic, a respite from the glare of fame and media scrutiny. They even recorded a duet together. All I Have to Do Is Dream, capturing the sweetness of their bond. Yet Andy's struggles with addiction cast a long shadow over their love. Victoria did everything she could to support him, ultimately facing the heartbreaking choice between her own life and helping him battle his demons. Their relationship ended in 1982, a difficult but necessary decision. Tragically, Andy passed away 6 years later at the age of 30, leaving Victoria with a lasting sense of grief, yet also demonstrating her capacity for compassion, resilience, and grace in the face of tragedy. In 1985, Victoria met Dr. Harry Glassman, a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon also recovering from heartbreak. They found solace and understanding in each other, marrying on June 22, 1985. For over 2 decades, their marriage appeared idyllic, filled with family warmth and quiet domesticity. Yet beneath the surface, challenges existed. They never had children together, a topic surrounded by speculation and rumor. Victoria clarified that her difficulty conceiving had been a private struggle, and she handled the attention with quiet dignity. In 2002, the marriage faced a public crisis when Harry was arrested on charges of domestic violence, casting a shadow over their home. 4 years later, in 2006, Victoria filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. The split was as public as their union had been private, and it drew media attention both for the alleged $50 million settlement and rumors surrounding her ex-husband's cosmetic practices. Despite the public scrutiny, Victoria remained composed, resilient, and dignified, illustrating the same strength and grace that had defined her throughout life. Her decision to share this chapter at 75 reflects both courage and a desire to offer insight into a life that, while glamorous, was far from simple. Even after leaving Dallas, Victoria did not fade from the public eye. Through her company, Victoria Principal Productions, she starred in and produced numerous television films, including Naked Lie 1989, Blind Witness 1989, and Sparks, The Price of Passion 1990. Each project demonstrated her growing confidence as an actress and as a creative force behind the camera. Later, she made guest appearances on popular shows such as Home Improvement, Just Shoot Me, Family Guy, and The Practice, showcasing her versatility across comedy, drama, and satire. By the time she reached her 50s, Victoria's focus had shifted from fame to purpose, emphasizing health, balance, and entrepreneurship. Her skincare company became a new passion, allowing her to connect with people in meaningful ways while taking control of her own narrative. This transition highlighted her ability to reinvent herself, demonstrating that her life's value extended far beyond television stardom. Victoria's journey, from a restless child moving across continents to Hollywood star to successful entrepreneur, reflects a life defined by ambition, resilience, and authenticity. Victoria Principal's story is not only about fame or heartbreak, but about the power of self-determination and inner strength. Her willingness to speak openly about her marriages, losses, and personal struggles offers inspiration to countless fans who see in her reflection of their own trials and triumphs. Despite the media glare, public speculation, and personal pain, Victoria has consistently maintained her dignity and poise. Her life illustrates that even amid heartbreak and scandal, it is possible to persevere, redefine oneself, and continue to contribute meaningfully to the world. By sharing her story at 75, Victoria invites audiences to understand that fame, success, and personal happiness are often complicated, intertwined, and deeply human. Her reflections on love, career, and personal growth provide a roadmap for navigating life with courage, compassion, and resilience. Even as Victoria stepped away from acting, she never truly left the spotlight. Her life after Dallas became a testament to reinvention and resilience, a journey from fame-driven roles to entrepreneurship and philanthropy. In the 1990s, she gradually shifted her focus toward her skincare company, Victoria Principal's Secret, which quickly became an extension of her values: health, confidence, and empowerment. She wanted to create products that would not only help people feel beautiful, but also encourage them to take care of themselves from the inside out. This focus reflected a profound change in her priorities. Fame, while exciting, no longer defined her sense of purpose. Instead, Victoria sought impact, work that offered tangible benefits to others and allowed her to maintain a balanced, fulfilling life. Her transformation from Hollywood actress to businesswoman demonstrated her ability to adapt, embrace new challenges, and pursue passions that extended beyond the camera. She became a role model not only for aspiring actors, but also for anyone seeking to reclaim control of their life and career, proving that reinvention is always possible, no matter how established or successful one already is. Alongside her professional reinvention, Victoria also embraced personal growth and self-discovery. She often reflected publicly on the lessons she had learned from love, loss, and fame. Speaking candidly about her relationships, she emphasized the importance of self-respect, honesty, and boundaries. For Victoria, her marriage to Dr. Harry Glassman, despite its eventual end, was filled with valuable lessons about partnership and trust. The challenges they faced, including allegations of domestic tension and the emotional weight of unresolved past heartbreaks, taught her resilience, patience, and the necessity of prioritizing one's emotional well-being. By sharing her story, she offered a nuanced view of relationships in the public eye, that even high-profile individuals must navigate universal human challenges, such as maintaining love, balancing careers, and making difficult personal choices. Victoria's perspective reminds audiences that marriage is not immune to conflict, and that leaving a relationship, while painful, can sometimes be the healthiest decision for all involved. Victoria's reflections also extend to fame itself. She has often described the intense pressures of being a television star in the 1970s and 1980s. The long hours, constant public scrutiny, and media speculation about her personal life. Yet, rather than allow these pressures to define or overwhelm her, she approached them with pragmatism and grace. For instance, while tabloids speculated endlessly about her relationships with men like Andy Gibb or her reasons for divorce, Victoria chose to respond with measured statements or to remain silent when necessary. This approach allowed her to retain dignity and protect her private life, even as the world watched. She consistently highlighted the difference between public perception and personal reality, encouraging fans and audiences to consider the human behind the celebrity. Her career, particularly during the Dallas era, showcased not only her talent, but also her determination to maintain autonomy, ensuring that she had the freedom to choose roles, manage contracts, and pursue personal projects according to her values. Her legacy extends beyond acting and business. Victoria's commitment to health, self-care, and philanthropy became central to her identity. Through her skincare line, she advocated for holistic approaches to beauty, emphasizing wellness as a combination of external care and internal balance. Additionally, she has been involved in charitable endeavors that reflect her commitment to helping others, particularly in areas such as women's health and empowerment. These efforts reinforce her image as a figure who not only entertained but also inspired. Fans have long admired her not just for her beauty or talent, but for her intelligence, foresight, and the way she consistently navigated life with integrity. Her post-acting years, often quieter and less visible than her Dallas days, reveal a deliberate choice to focus on meaningful work and personal fulfillment, rather than chasing fame for its own sake. This dedication to purpose underscores the depth of her character and provides a compelling example for anyone striving to balance career success with personal values. Even as Victoria reflected on her personal challenges, she emphasized gratitude and perspective. She has spoken openly about the heartbreak she experienced through failed relationships, particularly the loss of Andy Gibb and the dissolution of her marriage to Harry Glassman. Yet she framed these experiences as opportunities for growth rather than sources of bitterness. Her resilience, calm composure, and ability to find lessons in pain demonstrate a rare emotional intelligence. She encourages others to see difficulties not as endings, but as transitions, necessary steps towards self-awareness and fulfillment. In many ways, Victoria Principal's life story is a testament to embracing change with courage, seeking joy while acknowledging hardship, and remaining authentic in the face of public scrutiny. By sharing her experiences at age 75, she not only illuminates the reasons behind her life choices, but also provides guidance and inspiration to her audience. Looking back on her career, Victoria acknowledges that her time on Dallas remains a defining chapter. Playing Pamela Barnes Ewing allowed her to explore complex emotional narratives, from loyalty and love to heartbreak and personal sacrifice. Yet, she also recognizes that the role was a stepping stone, a way to learn, grow, and ultimately prepare for a life that extended far beyond television. While fans may remember her primarily as Pamela, Victoria sees herself as an evolving individual whose contributions are multifaceted. Actress, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and advocate for personal wellness. This perspective reflects a profound understanding of life impermanence and the importance of pursuing authenticity over external validation. She has consistently demonstrated that success is not solely measured by awards, fame, or public recognition, but by personal satisfaction, integrity, and the ability to create positive impact. Victoria Principal's decision to speak about her marriage at 75 is both courageous and inspiring. In a world fascinated by celebrity scandals, her story stands out for its honesty and depth. She reframes personal challenges, divorce, heartbreak, and public scrutiny as integral parts of her growth, emphasizing resilience, personal agency, and compassion. For younger audiences, her narrative offers lessons in perseverance and self-respect. For longtime fans, it provides closure and insight into the life of a woman who has navigated Hollywood's highs and lows with grace. In revealing the truth behind her decisions, Victoria not only addresses long-standing rumors, but also shares universal truths about love, commitment, and the courage to walk away when necessary. Her story reminds us that even those who seem to have it all are human, capable of facing pain, learning from experiences, and creating new paths forward. In conclusion, Victoria Principal's life is a remarkable journey of talent, determination, and resilience. From a childhood marked by constant movement and uncertainty to the heights of Hollywood fame, from love and heartbreak to personal reinvention, she has navigated life on her own terms. Speaking openly about her marriage at 75 is not just an act of personal reflection. It is an offering to her audience, a way to share wisdom, strength, and the importance of authenticity. Her story, rich in triumphs and challenges alike, serves as a reminder that life is complex and success is multifaceted. Victoria Principal exemplifies grace under pressure, the power of reinvention, and the courage to live authentically. By embracing her experiences and sharing them publicly, she continues to inspire generations to pursue their passions, maintain dignity in adversity, and seek fulfillment on their own terms. Her legacy is not simply defined by fame or beauty, but by a life lived with integrity, compassion, and resilience. At 75, Victoria Principal has finally opened up about one of the most personal chapters of her life, her marriage, her heartbreak, and the reasons behind her divorce. For decades, fans believed she had it all: fame, beauty, and the fairy tale of Hollywood life. But behind the glitz and glamour, Victoria's story was far more complicated. Today, we take a deep look at her life, her career, and the choices that shaped the woman behind Pamela Ewing. Victoria was born on January 3, 1950, in Fukuoka, Japan. Her father was a U.S. Air Force sergeant, and the family moved constantly, from London's foggy streets to the sunny shores of Puerto Rico, from Massachusetts to Florida and Georgia. By the time she reached her teenage years, she had attended 17 schools. A childhood filled with hellos and goodbyes taught her resilience, adaptability, and independence. She also discovered her first love, performing. At just 5 years old, Victoria appeared in television commercials, a glimpse of the spotlight that would define her future. She trained at the prestigious Royal Ballet School in England, learning discipline, grace, and the joy of performing. After high school, Victoria dreamt of becoming a doctor and enrolled in Miami-Dade Community College. But life had other plans. A near-fatal car accident forced her to confront life's fragility. During her long recovery, she realized she wanted to live fully, embracing her passion for acting. She moved to New York, then London, studying drama, before finally heading to Los Angeles in 1971 to pursue her dreams. Her first big break came in 1972 when legendary director John Huston cast her in the life and times of Judge Roy Bean, alongside Paul Newman. This role earned her a Golden Globe nomination for Most Promising Newcomer. Soon after, she took bold risks, like posing for Playboy to promote the 1973 comedy, The Naked Ape. The film flopped, but Victoria's courage and determination were clear. Her career had begun to soar. And then came Dallas. In 1978, Victoria stepped into the iconic role of Pamela Barnes Ewing. For millions of viewers, she became the emotional heart of the show, a woman balancing love, loyalty, and loss. Dallas was more than a show. It was a cultural phenomenon. the infamous Who Shot JR, Cliffhanger drew over 80 million viewers, turning Victoria and her castmates into household names. Yet while she played Pam with grace and strength, her personal life was far more complicated. Victoria's first significant marriage was to actor Christopher Skinner. Their connection was immediate and full of hope. But as Dallas exploded into global fame, Victoria's long work weeks and intense career left little room for the domestic life Christopher desired. Distance, differing expectations, and rumors of infidelity slowly eroded their bond. By 1981, their marriage ended in divorce. For Victoria, it was a painful lesson. Even love, when met with the pressures of fame, can falter. Shortly after, Victoria found love again with singer Andy Gibb. Their relationship, tender and private, became a rare sanctuary amid the chaos of celebrity life. They even recorded a duet together, All I Have to Do Is Dream, capturing the sweetness of their bond. But Andy struggled with drug addiction, and Victoria faced a heartbreaking choice: stand by him or protect herself. In 1982, their relationship ended. 6 years later, Andy passed away at just 30, leaving Victoria with grief she carried quietly, yet with remarkable grace. In 1985, Victoria met Dr. Harry Glassman, a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon also recovering from heartbreak. Their friendship grew into love, and they married on June 22, 1985. For more than 2 decades, their marriage seemed perfect. Victoria embraced Harry's children as her own and built a warm home far from Hollywood's glare. Yet, the marriage faced challenges. They never had children together, and rumors swirled about why. Victoria later revealed the truth. She had difficulty conceiving, a deeply private struggle she handled with dignity. In 2002, their life together was publicly tested when Harry was arrested on charges of domestic violence. 4 years later, in 2006, Victoria filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The split made headlines, including speculation about her $50 million settlement. Yet Victoria remained composed, strong, and unbroken. She chose to protect her dignity and spoke openly, calmly addressing false rumors and standing firm against tabloid speculation. After leaving acting full-time,